you propose that this situation rather should be handled? You know, we just understand that the military has declared 96 persons wanted in connection to terrorist activities in the country. Simon Ekpa has been included. But what would you make, or what are your thoughts generally on how it's been put out there, and what do you think should be a strategic approach to address some of the concerns you also highlighted?
Now, look at this. Now, Simon Ekpa, to me, is not a terrorist. He is an agitator. Until we begin to put a difference between those who are agitating for something and those who are actually terrorists. Now, we know those that are terrorist group leaders in the country, and nothing positive has been done to quell the activities of those that are known to be terrorists, and so on and so forth. I don't see Simon Ekpa as a terrorist. I see him as an agitator. I see Nnamdi as an agitator, and several other ethnic groups that are agitating for one thing or the other, which, to me, the federal government should have sit back, have a roundtable talk, and discuss with these people to find out what are their grievances, why are they agitating, and what are they agitating for. These and more other ways could be adopted so that we'll be able to live in harmony as one nation. So, including Simon Ekpa in the list of those 96 or thereabout terrorists that have been listed by the government, I don't see that as I don't see him being a part of that terrorist group. He's an agitator. He is asking for something. The federal government should look into what is the reason why he is asking for what he is asking for. And when that is looked into, then it could be resolved. We could have a roundtable discussion, and all those issues will be resolved. I don't think there is anybody who wants to break away from Nigeria, but I think they're asking that there should be more presence of the federal government activities and agencies in the other neglected.
All right. Well, that's where we have to leave it for now. Thank you so much, dear.
You are welcome to the United States of Biafra Security Administration website, the only approved online portal for Biafra citizens' ID card application and event registration. Click on the register button on the menu list if you are a first-time visitor. Fill in your name, phone number, email, and preferred password to create your user account. Check your email inbox for the account verification link from Biafra Security Administration. Click on the Verify Here Now button in the email to complete the verification process. After verification, log in to your account. Upon login, a pop-up message will ask if you want to access the application forms. Click on Go to see the overview and the privacy statement page. Please read carefully and tap Agree and Submit button to view the online application form page. Choose between two types of application forms, the ID card application form and the non-ID card application form. Ensure you read through the descriptions of each before making your choice. Once you select your application type, the application form will open to you for you to fill. Fill the entire form with accurate information and upload any required documents. To avoid errors, jot down answers to questions on paper before completing the online form. After successful filling the application form, you will be redirected to the Jumio verification page to verify your identity. Ensure the uploaded identity document matches the one used for verification. After successful Jumio verification, proceed to the payment page to make payments for your ID card. Upon successful payment, you will receive email confirmation. Please allow up to 7 days for administrators to review your application and make approval. Ensure all information provided is correct to avoid rejection and account suspension for security reasons. Make sure you comply with directives and guidelines provided throughout the process. Thank you. For your event registration to Finland Convention, kindly click on the Events button on our website menu. This will direct you to the event page. Select the Finland Convention event. You will be taken to the login page. If you have an existing user account, log in with your email and password. Once logged in, access the convention application form. Fill out the form correctly and select your preferred ticket type. Click on the Pay Now button to make payment for your 2024 Finland Convention event tickets. After successfully submitting your application, wait for 7 days for administrators to review and approve your application. Upon approval, your event ticket will be emailed to you. Please ensure that your email address and all other information provided are accurate to avoid any issues with your application. See you all in Lahti, Finland. From November 29th to December 3rd, 2024. Biafra, peace, unity, and freedom. Thank you.
Land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. Beloved home, land of our brave heroes. We must defend our lives, or we shall perish. We shall protect our hearts from all our foes. But if the price is death for all we hold dear, then let us die without a shred of fear. Hail to Biafra,
shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom. All hail our heroes, our prayer shall be known both day and night. Say them always, all hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Now our star shines everywhere. We crave humility. God guide and protect us all. All hail your wisdom, shielding us from fury, unleashed by our enlightenment. Biafra, Biafra, shining forever.
Good morning, Biafran people. Good afternoon, good evening, good day, depending on your time zone. I salute all of you for keeping the flag high. I salute all of you for your support to the Biafran government in exile. I salute all of you for your support to the Biafran de facto government in the homeland. I salute all of you for your support to the Biafra Defense Forces, who are defending motherland day in, day out. I salute all of you who are making sure the watches and the armory of Biafra liberation is not dry. I want to thank especially those that contribute on a daily basis to make sure we have enough funds. That is why the mandate of every Biafran in any country is not to sit down, host meeting, and then drink whiskey or red wine or white wine or palm wine or NSC. What you have to do in your different countries is to host meeting and see how to raise funds. Raise funds, discuss how you people can raise money, discuss how people can bring avenues of bringing other people that needs to bring money. Do not gather to discuss how you will do party to celebrate. You shouldn't be celebrating while your supreme leader is behind bars. You shouldn't be celebrating while babies, women, children, and men are slaughtered on a daily basis in one Nigeria. If you're celebrating, that means you're actually telling yourself that you are very comfortable where you are. You don't even remember the reason why you are where you are. Because if your contraption, one Nigeria, was good, you wouldn't be where you are. You are where you are because they have destroyed your indigenous land, and you cannot make anything out of it. That is why you sojourn into another man's land to see if you can pick from the debris of what is available in that place. If the resources in our communities have been well harnessed, none of us will be in another man's dry land, toiling, scratching, and trying to get. Some people are even working just to see what they will only eat. Some does not even have any savings. Some have been in Europe and America for years and cannot own a plot of land. Some can't even take care of their families back home, which they left behind. Some are only just struggling just for them to survive and to live and see the next day. Some sleeps under the bridge, while some patch up with somebody. Some are in IDP camps. Some are in refugee camps in other countries, seeking for refugee documentation to be able to be granted permission to walk around freely in another man's country. You don't have the leverage, you don't have the permit, you don't have the authority, you don't have the freedom of doing whatever you want to do as you're supposed to have done in your own indigenous land. This is why you can never attain your potential in another man's land, because you don't have the same right with the indigenous persons of that land. And this is a super reason why you need to join your hands to fight for Biafra, support Biafra, for Biafra to come. So do not gather in your countries of residence, throwing party and drinking wine and energy. You can afford to buy beer, buy wine, and then spend money in the beer parlor up to 2,000 euros, 1,500 euros at a globe. But if we ask you to bring out just 100 euros to support the Biafra liberation, your pocket go dey scratch you, as if you come out the money, you will become wretched. But if it is to buy beer, do party, scatter money anyhow, spend money on women, go to the biggest party where you will go and see people dancing on a pole, and you will be seeing people naked, and then you will spend humongous amount of money just to see people that are naked because you have not seen it before. You will spend like 300 euro, 500 euro, 400 euro just to go and do it. But when we ask you to bring $50, $100, 150, 200, it becomes a problem. But you can fit every day where you are. So my message to you all Biafrans is, everywhere Biafrans are, your prerogative at this very point, your duty and your mandate is to raise funds. It is not to throw party. It is not to sit down and enjoy. It is to raise funds. When you raise the fund, you channel it to our website. Channel it to the government website where we will use to defend motherland. You have seen the report that came out yesterday. You were told that Benue State, Plateau State, Kaduna State, Katsina State, Borno State, almost all the northern parts of Nigerian state and the Middle Belt, that they have been worst hit of the Islamic jihadist terrorist attack. And they have massacred a humongous amount of babies, children, women, and men. But you did not see Imo State in that list. You did not see Abia State. You did not see Anambra State. You did not see Enugu State. You did not see Ebonyi. You did not see Rivers State. You did not see Delta State. You did not see Bayelsa. You did not see Akwa Ibom. You did not see Cross River. Did you tend to ask yourself, why are the Biafran state not enlisted in the names of those states that terrorists have hit so much, ravaged, and killed so many? Do not ask yourself the question. It is because of the existence of Simon Ekpa. The Simon Ekpa that they say is a terrorist, it is because of his existence. It is because of the existence of Nnamdi Kanu. It is because of the existence of this Biafran government in exile. It is because of the existence of the gallant men and women of the Biafra Defense Forces, who are in the Biafra Liberation Army, the Biafran Navy, the Biafran Air Force, the Biafran Police, and all the forces of Biafra. The armed wing, military wing of the Biafra Liberation is doing their own very work judiciously. The question is, what are you doing to support them? Because if the Biafra Defense Forces were not doing their work very well, the report would have also come out, and our names of our own states, our own lands, would have been included in the report that came out yesterday. So our names, or the names of our lands and states, were not included in that list of security reports that have massacred too many people by Fulani terrorists. The possibility of averting the terrorists is known from the firepower of the Biafra Defense Forces. The possibility of killing every terrorist that is coming to kill, rape, and slaughter our babies, women, and children is dependent on the firepower of the Biafra Defense Forces. And everything is multiplied from the finance. From the finance, we catapult it into the physical hardware, which we have to use with the manpower of the men that have decided to sacrifice their lives for us to have Biafra. So the question is, where are you? How have you supported the liberation? Do you partake in fundraising? Do you contribute your quota? $20, $30, $40, $50, 70, 80, 100, 100, 150, 200 is not too small and it's not too big. If you have in thousands, it is welcomed. We have to be grateful to the Biafra Defense Forces because they are doing us proud. If they were not doing us proud, our babies, their bodies will be littered everywhere in the bushes, like the way they were counting the dead bodies of the children in the far north.
The more they attack me, the stronger I become. Because it is like you are pouring fuel in the strength that is in me. So bring it on. But I'm telling you today that we have been able to defeat them. We have Chikota Hanchani and defeated them. What we have done to Nigeria and their agent in Biafra struggle is that we gathered them together. This particular sit at home, I told you people, will be the beginning of the liberation of Biafra. You see, the actions, the activities of Biafrans in this sit at home have gathered all the sabos together, all the saboteur together, and we defeated them. Bam! It is mysterious. How many of you will ever believe in this life that everybody will gang up against Biafra?
Himself obeys the sit at home on Monday, and then the civil servants that work in government house obey the sit at home, and government shut down on Mondays. It means the real governor of Southeast is Simon Ekpa, ruling the Southeast from Finland.
The more they attack me, the stronger I become. Because it is like you are pouring fuel in the strength that is in me. So bring it on. But I'm telling you today that we have been able to defeat them. We have Chikota Hanchani and defeated them. What we have done to Nigeria and their agent in Biafra struggle is that we gathered them together. This particular sit at home, I told you people, will be the beginning of the liberation of Biafra. You see, the actions, the activities of Biafrans in this sit at home have gathered all the sabos together, all the saboteur together, and we defeated them. Bam! It is mysterious. How many of you will ever believe in this life that everybody will gang up against Biafra?
Thank you and welcome back. So like I said, our names, our women, our children, our babies, and our men, and grandfathers and grandmothers were not mentioned in the list of communities and states that have been massacred and slaughtered by the Fulani Islamic jihadist terrorists, headed and sponsored by the Nigerian government and their armies in uniform. It was not mentioned that we have too much of casualty in our land. Our names were not even enlisted there. Our names were not enlisted there because we have an army, we have a liberation army, we have a defense force, we have a defense mechanism that has been set up by the Prime Minister. So without the existence of the Prime Minister, our women and children would have been weeping now and crying. They would have been wandering in another world. Because when you wake up and see that A baby has been slaughtered and is lying lifeless with the head chopped off with knife by a Fulani terrorist. Such baby is wandering in the underworld, looking for where to go, but wouldn't know. Now, if a baby is seen in that scenario, how about a matured man and woman? How about a father and a mother? You have every reason to support the Biafran government in exile, the Biafra Defense Forces, and everything that we do, because this is the only hope of every man in that contraption today. They may not understand it, and they may not take it serious. They may not agree with us, and we don't need everybody to agree with us. Even in this Biafra liberation, when Nnamdi Kanu started, now let me go back to our eternal leader. When our eternal leader, Demodumeku Ojukwu, declared Biafra, we still had sabos. We had people that did not agree with him, that said, that he is doing it in the wrong way. They have a different way of doing it that will make it better. Yes. So we didn't have everybody to agree with our eternal leader. Then when we got down to our Wazirike, everyone did not also agree with him. Then we got down to our supreme leader, Nnamdi Kanu. Everyone did not also agree with him. And it is not everyone that agreed with him when he started that stood with him to the day he was kidnapped. It is not also everyone that stood with him when he started who disagreed and later agreed and later disagreed that have stood with him to this very day. Many that stood have run away. Many that did not stand with him have even come and join. So if you think that you are super important, that when you are not in the Biafra liberation, we will not achieve one thing or another, you are a failure. Because even God gets praises from the stones. Stones, you will say, stones does not have hands. But how does stones praise God? Let me explain to you. When you carry one stone and keep somewhere, carry another one and then drop on the other one, did you hear some sound come out? Okay. That stone is creating sound. And that is the mood and the way and manner of that stone saying something. The same way that stone will be saying something and they are singing praises to Chukwokike. So if you do not support the Biafra liberation and decide to sit on the fence, it's too bad for you. But we cannot wait for you because the ship has already sailed. And very soon we will get to the jetty and we will berth. When we berth, everyone will now come ashore. And those that want to go offshore will also go. So the ship continues to sail. But there is one thing you must understand, that at the end of the day, everything that answers Biafra, that refused to have supported this Biafra liberation, will face stringent measures in the Biafran government. The Parliament of Biafra will set up rules that will make you to understand the disadvantage of ignoring your Biafra liberation and supporting Biafra. Our target is predominantly on Biafrans that are in diaspora. We understand that Biafrans that are back home or in the contraption of one Nigeria, that they are already paying the price. That is your own part and the sacrifice that you are paying for Biafra liberation. You are paying your tax, you're paying your tithe just for you, being inside one Nigeria, being in Biafra land, and facing the brunt of one Nigeria, facing the hardship, facing the depilatory conditions, facing the blockade, facing the checking point and the extortion that they do to you every day, checking every demented lifestyle that they have given to you, which some of you at times cannot reason properly because of the way they have deranged your condition. You have been subjected to something that we can't even think of. So that is your own ways and manners of paying and sacrificing and partaking effectively in this Biafra liberation. So kudos to Biafrans that are back home. We are in exile, in diaspora, and we will bring this Biafra back home. Yes, with your enablement, because you people back home are playing a vital role for you to observe every enactment of the Prime Minister from the government. That is your role that you are playing. Very, very effective. So continue in the role that you play and let that role continue because that is your own part that you are playing.
The more they attack me, the stronger I become. Because it is like you are pouring fuel in the strength that is in me. So bring it on. But I'm telling you today that we have been able to defeat them. We have Chikota Hanchani Nono and defeated them. What we have done to Nigeria and their agent in Biafra struggle is that we gathered them together. This particular sit at home, I told you people, will be the beginning of the liberation of Biafra. You see, the actions, the activities of Biafrans in this sit at home have gathered all the sabos together, all the saboteur together, and we defeated them. Bam! It is mysterious. How many of you will ever believe in this life that everybody will gang up against Biafra?
Himself obeys the sit at home on Monday, and then the civil servants that work in government house obey the sit at home, and government shut down on Mondays. It means the real governor of Southeast is Simon Ekpa, ruling the Southeast from Finland.
The more they attack me, the stronger I become. Because it is like you are pouring fuel in the strength that is in me. So bring it on. But I'm telling you today that we have been able to defeat them. We have Chikota Hanchani Nono and defeated them. What we have done to Nigeria and their agent in Biafra struggle is that we gathered them together. This particular sit at home, I told you people, will be the beginning of the liberation of Biafra. You see, the actions, the activities of Biafrans in this sit at home have gathered all the sabos together, all the saboteur together, and we defeated them. Bam! It is mysterious. How many of you will ever believe in this life that everybody will gang up against Biafra?
So thank you, Biafran people, and welcome back. Now, looking at the topic of the day, Interpol has come to cry out and say Nigerian government should stop implicating them and putting their names as accomplished when they said they went to Kenya to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu. If you all remember, when Nigerian terrorist government went to Finland, went to Kenya, kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, tortured him for days, and later rendition him, extraordinary rendition into Nigeria. Malami came out and was addressing the Fulani terrorists in Fude, and he was telling them that they collaborated with international security agencies, the Interpol, to be able to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu and bring him down to Nigeria. So, in an interview today, we've seen a video surface where the Interpol official is cautioning Nigerian government that they should not drag them into the mud. They should not include their name in the crime they committed. That they were not part and parcel of the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu. You see, each and every day you are hearing one thing and another. The one you did not hear before, and the one that you didn't even think you will hear. The stories are all coming out. The freedom of Nnamdi Kanu is getting closer. Like we said, poaching the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu has been the best thing that has happened to Nnamdi Kanu, because if the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu was not poached of the viruses that were inside, which is AJ4, the eye of one Nigeria, by now, a lot of things would have still been the way they had been, and it would have still been worse than what we could even have thought of. So Interpol is warning Nigerian government that they should not drag them into their terrorist act, which they committed on Nnamdi Kanu. Because if they own up and say, yes, we were part of the kidnapping, like Nigerian government has alleged, it will be another big blow to them. So we are calling on all Biafrans to key into today's program, where we will have the Biafra referendum voting and ID card application seminar. This program is coming up by 8 p.m. Biafra time today. So please, continue to vote and continue to stand tall. Do not forget the sit at home that is coming in solidarity to enable Biafrans to vote in the last phase of the stage 1 self-referendum voting. This sit at home comes up on the 29th of May, 30th of May, and 31st of May. All Biafrans are to key in to everything that the government have on the table. Most importantly, what you have to do best is your donation to this very government. Because without your funds, we cannot achieve anything. Listen to this video and hear it for yourself.
AIG, there are not a few who believe that the pace at which the Interpol International and Interpol Nigeria are working is quite interesting. They point to the fact that Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the proscribed group, IPOB, it didn't take long for them to grab him from the same Kenya and get him down to Nigeria, and he's facing justice now. That's why is this like a case of we're following process, diplomatic channels, etc., etc.
Believe me, I want to tell you I don't know what you are talking about. All I know...
You seem not to know exactly what we are talking about here.
No. You are bringing an issue that Interpol is not aware of. You know, let me define the role of Interpol so that you can understand. Interpol is an international police organization that assists law enforcement agencies within the 196 countries,
yes, sir,
to look for a fugitive that runs or is hiding. And if you look at all the other fugitives that are brought to face justice in Nigeria, they have the link, those who are involved with Interpol. So I don't know I don't want to talk about issue of Kanu, who brought him back to Nigeria. I'm not aware how he was brought back to Nigeria or how he came into Nigeria. Interpol is not aware. We stated this long time ago, and we made it categorically clear. So it's not a question. There are what we call police-to-police relationship, international police cooperation. Another police, it does not necessarily bring Interpol. If one police and another exchange a suspect is running from them, they can have an international police cooperation that out of the scope of Interpol. But however, if a notice is given to an individual, like blue notices, when the inmates in Kuje prison escaped, we did a biometric capture of those suspects, and we shared it with international communities. We shared it with our law enforcement agencies. Many of them were reapprehended because we have their biometrics. Now, in the issue of red notice, where a red notice is issued under the federal court that issued that notice of arrest, that is warrant of arrest for such international. It will go to the Interpol, we'll process it, we'll look at it, we'll look at the charges, and then we'll issue a red notice. On that red notice, we bring back the culprit to face justice because all the 196 countries will be looking for that individual.
We'd sincerely like to thank you, retired Assistant Inspector General of Police, Garba Umar, who is currently the Vice President of Interpol Africa region. Thank you, sir, for coming on the News Hour.
Thank you for having me.
AIG, there are not a few who believe that the pace at which the Interpol International and Interpol Nigeria are working is quite interesting. They point to the fact that Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the proscribed group, IPOB, it didn't take long for them to grab him from the same Kenya and get him down to Nigeria, and he's facing justice now. That's why is this like a case of we're following process, diplomatic channels, etc., etc.
Believe you me, I want to tell you I don't know what you are talking about. All I know...
You seems not to know exactly what we are talking about here.
No. You are bringing an issue that Interpol is not aware of. You know, let me define the role of Interpol so that you can understand. Interpol is an international police organization that assists law enforcement agencies within the 196 countries to look for a fugitive that runs or is hiding. And if you look at all the other fugitives that are brought to face justice in Nigeria, they have the link, those who are involved with Interpol. So I don't know I don't want to talk about issue of Kanu, who brought him back to Nigeria. I'm not aware how he was brought back to Nigeria or how he came into Nigeria. Interpol is not aware. We stated this long time ago, and we made it categorically clear. So it's not a question. There are what we call police-to-police relationship, international police cooperation. Another police, it does not necessarily bring Interpol. If one police and another exchange a suspect is running from them, they can have an international police cooperation that out of the scope of Interpol. But however, if a notice is given to an individual, like blue notices, when the inmates in Kuje prison escaped, we did a biometric capture of those suspects, and we shared it with international communities. We shared it with our law enforcement agencies. Many of them were reapprehended because we have their biometrics. Now, in the issue of red notice, where a red notice is issued under the federal court that issued that notice of arrest, that is warrant of arrest for such international, it will go to the Interpol, we'll process it, we'll look at it, we'll look at the charges, and then we'll issue a red notice. On that red notice, we bring back the culprit to face justice because all the 196 countries will be looking for that individual.
We'd sincerely like to thank you, retired Assistant Inspector General of Police, Garba Umar, who is currently the Vice President of Interpol Africa Region. Thank you, sir, for coming on the News Hour.
Thank you for having
So if you are able to deduce something from what this man just explained, you will understand that there was no due process and it was a kidnap. There was no collaboration with any international police body which Nigerian government Malami deceived their gullible followers that it was a cooperation of international security agencies that led to them kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu and bringing him to Nigeria. So this alone has answered the question very well. How Nigerian government kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, and then they now lied against Interpol, that Interpol helped them, that Interpol worked with them. So nobody helped them. It's only them and Kenya and British government. Those are the people that did the work, and they did it perfectly well. Now, before you see these people ranting here now, they are looking for a way of going to kidnap the Binance official. The Binance official, which they said escaped out of Nigeria. That is why you see them bringing this man to the studio and asking this man, why are they talking about going to diplomatic engagement, diplomatic this, diplomatic that? Why they don't just wix the person, kidnap the person and bring the person the same way that they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu and brought to Nigeria? Can you imagine the kind of journalists that you have that are talking from your AIT, your NTA, your Channels Television, your Arise Television, and your international coverage of Nigerian media? They are advocating and admonishing for a kidnap because they have seen nothing wrong in kidnapping, international kidnapping. They see it as a very good deal and a very good way of whisking somebody and bringing the person down, not minding the international breaches of laws and rules that they will breach and violate by doing so. So the Nigerian journalism ethics teaches the journalists that kidnapping of international standard is of great value and that it is not bad, and that the government of the day should engage in it in every way. They should make sure they engage in international kidnapping. That is what the Nigerian media is portraying here. But the Interpol official has told them, we cannot go and kidnap the Binance personnel the way your Nigerian government kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu and brought down to Nigeria. And in the first place, we were not involved. Interpol is saying this. We were not involved in that kidnapping. Because these gutter medias of one Nigeria didn't even know that Interpol were not involved. They took it from the Nigerian government, the Attorney General Malami, which he said that they cooperated with Interpol, the international security bodies, to be able to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu and brought back to Nigeria. So their journalists pick it from them the same way, and they decided to invite Interpol to come and ask Interpol official and say, why is it that the same way that you collaborated with Nigerian government and kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, you cannot use the same pattern to the kidnap of the Binance official that has escaped Nigeria? So they did not know. They believe all the lies and propaganda that their government of the day sells to them. So when we tell you that Nigeria breed criminals, the criminality starts from the governmental sectors. The president, the Senate president, the deputy Senate, the chief whip, the legal teams, all the law courts and everything that answers Nigeria is all about criminality, criminality, criminality. So today, Interpol has officially, through their official, made it known. Because for long, they refused to have come out to exclude themselves officially on air on this very matter. They have allowed the issue to linger since 2021 to this very day. And even the Nigerian journalists had acclaimed and believed that Interpol actually cooperated with Nigerian terrorist government to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu. So after 3 years, Interpol is now here to come and clear themselves on the air. Isn't it a shame? If you had cleared yourself on the air like this, long before now, that same year, that same month, that same week, which your name was bastardized and put into the scandal, do you know the good that you would have done to the entire world and the Biafran people? No. You decided to keep quiet until now that it involves a Binance official who is not a Nigerian, who did not carry a Nigerian passport, who was not born in Nigeria. Because this one now white person from the western part of the world. So you can now come and talk. Thunder 9, they wait for now, all over the place. So key into our programs later on and remain steadfast. They will muchineke from here.
Hail Biafra, land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. We have vanquished our enemies. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. In him we trust. Shout it, sing it. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. We have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra. We shall always remember